Want to find a Night Star. I mean, we also have General Quarters, who is very fond of the Night Star. Personally, I don't think that the Night Star is a very good mech, but at the same time, I fully support your choice to like whatever mechs you like. Again, I like the Awesome, and I know that objectively speaking, in the Assault weight class, the Awesome is not very good. It has a lot of weaknesses and not a lot of strengths. Yeah, you did in fact see a mech that I didn't core. Again, a broke clock is right twice a day. I get it right every once in a while. But let's go ahead and get the mechs prepared. I'm going to drop the Zeus in cold storage along with the other 50 mechs that we have in cold storage. And let's have a look at the next mission in the campaign. You continue to impress, Commander. Now that we have set okay, it's not me. This is just written weirdly. Now that we have set in Arcturus, I think they meant to say now that we have set foot in Arcturus. Now that we have set in Arcturus, it's time we bring the curtains down on their citizens here in the capital city of Malchima. Suramat and the ISF secured vital intel from Arcturan media members who oppose the FedCom invasion and have dared to file reports shedding light on Hans Davian's actions in triggering this war. Davian is sly. He knows that if his incitement was based on his own personal gains, he'll not be looked upon favorably. He may already feel his sphere of influence shrinking by the second. The 24th Arcturian guards that remain in the system have been able to settle the waters and quiet the growing dissent amongst their own people. They've begun broadcasting propaganda pieces to gloss over any contrary statements about the invasion of the Combine. Malchima's military units have been particularly brutal. They've been detonating houses? Detonating. That's a weird word to use in that context. They've been detonating houses of known sympathizers to strike fear in others that may possess misgivings of their own. In addition, Malchima's planetary governors are said to be convening in their state house to discuss how to deal with our counterstrikes. This presents a great opportunity to topple their government apparatus and media center in one fell swoop. Not only will we control the message, but the deafening silence will tell FedCom that they're losing Arcturus and Davian will be forced to act. I know that what you may be thinking, Commander. Hitting government and civilian centers like this is a direct violation of the Ares Convention. Ares' suggestions, and the Taurian Concordant didn't sign them. But Davian set the terms. They have no qualms about firing upon our citizens and forcing them to submit to their rule or die. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and the future of our people and homeland is at stake. Level the marked targets, Commander. Let us send a wave of panic back to the highest reaches of the FedCom ranks. So, we've talked about this before, and we did during the vanilla campaign, when they were saying, oh, you know, go and destroy this thing, and people were like, oh my god, these are civilian targets, and blah blah blah, and it was like, you know, I don't care about committing war crimes. Right? We're mercenaries. War crimes is part of the business. What I don't like is when people lie to me about doing war crimes. This guy is being very straightforward. He's like, yeah, this is against the rules. It's basically war crimes. We're asking you to do it anyway. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You were upfront with me. I happen to have a lot of big stompy mechs. Let's go do some war crimes. I mean, you know, the dude's been straightforward. He's being straightforward. I got nothing against it. Because I understand the terms of what I'm doing, and I'm agreeing to them up front, as opposed to go destroy this totally evil chemical weapons factory, and then you get there and you find out it's an orphanage. Like, that kind of bullshit, I have an objection to. But when the dude's like, go commit a war crime, I'm like, yes sir, as long as the money's green, or whatever color C-bills are in this particular era of the timeline. Alright, so we'll take max salvage yet again, as you do. And once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Although, sadly, none of these work orders are going to be complete before the mission starts. So, we're going to have to swap out, do something different. The Atlas still isn't ready either, so let's go ahead and put in this Battle Master. We'll put in the other Battle Master. What else do we have? Not much. Alright, so we're gonna have to pull some mechs out of cold storage. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let me see. What are we gonna pull? I'm gonna pull... I think we pull the Warhams. Let's pull the Warhams. Actually, you know what? I'll pull the Zeus as well. The Zeus is a little bit heavier. What else do we have? I mean, I guess I could technically pull up the Orions as well, but we'll go with this. We'll go with this. Crappy sniper. War crimes are fine, but I draw the line at dishonesty. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not necessarily the dishonesty that bothers me. It's the lying to me about the committing of the war crimes. Like, you're hiring a mercenary, right? It's not that I draw the line at dishonesty. I understand that there's some dishonesty inherent in warfare. That's just the way it works. It's the telling me to do one thing when you expect me to do something else. Like, I would be okay with leveling the orphanage if you had told me ahead of time that that's what you wanted me to do and I agreed to it. Whereas, you know, you tell me to do one thing and then I get there and find out that the target is something else, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. So it's not really the dishonesty, it's just the, I guess, the lack of trust. Let's go ahead and put in the Zeus. And what are we gonna take? What are we gonna take? Maybe we take the Awesome. Maybe we take the Awesome. Let the commander get in there. And I know we have somebody who's got some decent affinity with the Zeus, or at least I thought we did. Yeah, we do. Northman. Northman is actually very good in a Zeus. Let's see. Anti is good in a Battle Master. And so is General Quarters.
It's quiet now, but be ready for anything.
Alright. I think it looks good, chat. Let's make it hot. Now you're thinking like a Capella. Excuse you, Sierra? You better be Capelling these hands. Don't you be suggesting that shit.
I have identified zones containing a media center and government state house building at the marked nav points. Crippling their broadcast capabilities will force the citizens here to hit the panic button. The Commonwealth will be forced to let their people burn or redeploy units to protect them.
By the time this is over, the citizens of Arcturus will know the pain our people have suffered. I want them to share my dread. Let them wonder if their families will live to see another day.
Sierra, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Oh my god! Mechs attacking! We've got mechs attacking us!
I know you've got better in you than that. You can do better than Capelling these nuts.
Run!
Yes, run.
Our turret force is spotted at high vantage.
I'm here to blow up the buildings. I'm not here to kill people. So, if you run away now...
Got eyes on Arcturus Media Center.
No, Travis. No. Bad Travis. You know better. You fucking know better.
Down with a clean headshot.
You fucking know better.
Deflected strike. Arcturus Media Center is down.
Carry on to the next objective area. Move.
Be advised.
Oh my.
Multiple Arcturus mechs along the target route.
Search through. Allow nothing to deny you advance.
Again, phrasing, guys. Phrasing.
Coordinating on target. target's ID.
Yeah, focus the Manticore, please.
Of the offshoot statehouse building
We got another Zeus. That's how you know we're fighting Steiner. There's two mechs that Steiner loves a whole lot, and that's the Zeus and the Atlas.
shared targets identified.
Give them the business, boys. Give them the business.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Have gremlin energy. I can be very good about being a little shit when I want to be. I mean,
Statehouse building destroyed.
you're not wrong.
Units, new move order. Ship to city point marked on your
How's the war going? Cybersmith is going well so far. We are in the counter-offensive section of the Dragon's Gambit DLC, so we are doing well in the war so far.
Knock them out and disrupt their ability to transmit data. All elements, fire at will.
I don't think we're actually going to get a target kill from this distance. If I had regular PPCs and not PPCXs, we could probably get away with it. Oh, no, we got it. We got it. It's a good thing PPCs don't have ammo counters.
Guns up.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that for the dragon stuff. But, you know, if that's what you're into. And H-Mods rolling in to the chat on a Saturday. Good to see you, H-Mods. Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Hopefully things have been going good for you. I've seen you streaming a little bit during the week. So hopefully that went good for you too. Recently did a full upgrade on my PC, so this game gets 300 FPS. That's actually really good. That is some damn good FPS. You know, if I wasn't rendering my digital cans out here, I could probably get some decent frames on this game too, but you know how it be. You know how it be. Life of a VTuber and all that. Oh, come on now. Go into the darkness. Jesus Christ. Now, you stripped the armor off of my arm, and I don't like that. So now you're gonna pay for it. Never use PPCX. Yeah, well, we got 4 of them. We got 4 PPCXs in this thing. 2 in each torso. And she fucks. She fucks.
Keep putting gasoline on the fire. Satellite eliminated.
That is sound work. The region is in full-scale panic. The Commonwealth will have no choice but to respond.
Yeah, the PPCXs actually were a lot more powerful before the first big patch for Solaris. They nerfed them, and they're still really good. Like, they suck at range, as you would expect, from what's essentially a giant energy shotgun. But up close, these things are devastating. It also helps that I've put a bunch of upgrades into this awesome to make it even better. Washing a fitted sheet is a pain. Just got splashed due to the sheet still having water pockets and all moving into the dryer. Wait, what? There must be something wrong with your washing machine then. I mean, unless he didn't do a spin cycle on it. The spin cycle should have taken most of that out. Yeah, friendship ended with ERPPC. ERPPCs are okay, but PPCX is better. Not as much salvage as I was hoping on this one, so let's see what we got. We got a Victor, we got a Stalker, we got a T-Bolt. I mean, I kind of want to take the Zeus, but we're going to lose money on that deal. I think we take the Victor and sell it. And then what else? We got just a few picks. Sure, why not? There we go. And we did lose a little armor on these. That's no, that's a little concerning. Are PPCXs a mod or an in-game thing? King Panzer, they are part of the Solaris Showdown update to the game. So, when Solaris Showdown, which is the latest DLC for Mechwarrior 5, came out, they released a patch that added some content to the game regardless of whether you have the DLC. Some of the weapon systems were added to the game, and the arena missions were added to the game. And then when Solaris Showdown actually came out, that's when it added, you know, the Solaris campaign and the mechs and some of the other stuff. So, as long as you have Mechwarrior 5 and you have it updated, you should have access to the PPCX even if you're playing vanilla. Because we were using them during the vanilla campaign towards the end as well, since the Solaris DLC had just come out and we were starting to see them pop up in the store. Again, they are very, very good weapons. I would not be surprised at all if they get another nerf in the future. First off, we need to repair our mechs, again. The problem is that we have to keep repairing our mechs, and it's taking so long to do it because we're, you know, we're in a place where they don't like us very much. But we don't have any freedom of movement. Been taking a break since the DLC dropped, waiting for mods to update. Well, Hanley, if you're waiting on mods, most of the big ones are already updated. So, unless you have some very specific mod that you're waiting on that you can't play without, that hasn't been updated yet, I mean, we're currently playing. Of course, you can do exclamation mods list for the complete mods list, but, you know, we're playing with a lot of the big ones. The 330's pilot overhaul, we're playing with all the Yet Another Mech Lab stuff. So, like, a lot of the big overhaul mods have already been updated, and they're working just fine for me. We've only run into a couple of bugs over the course of this career, and I think most of those bugs are vanilla game bugs anyway. So, like, it wasn't the mods that did that, it was just vanilla. Haven't looked in a while. Been playing Helldivers and Vintage Story. Well, those are both games that will eat up your life if you let them. I had to give Helldivers a break. I love Helldivers, don't get me wrong, but it feels like, again, like Arrowhead is just a little too focused on meta busting, is focused just a little too much on making the game miserable and not fun. So I decided to take a break from Helldivers. And hopefully they'll get their shit wired right, and then I can go back and have fun. It does sound like they're getting ready to add the Illuminate, though, so I may go back for that. And as for Vintage Story, so for those of you that don't know what Vintage Story is, you should definitely check it out. It's a very interesting game. It's basically like, what if Minecraft, but with the depth of a game like, well, I hate to say Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, but it's very similar in that vein of, like, horror and roguelike type of balance. It's Minecraft, but more complicated. So Vintage Story is another game that will absolutely eat your life if you let it. But check it out if you haven't. Vintage Story is a lot of fun. It's definitely more fun if you play it with other people. But you can still have a lot of fun playing a single player as well. Ballast Team for Helldivers 2 just wants us to suffer and never have any fun. I mean, I think they want people to have fun. It's just their idea of fun is trolling the player base. I have said many, many times before that the solution to a certain weapon or a certain group of weapons being too effective is not to nerf those weapons. It's to figure out why they're more effective than everything else and then fix everything else. But it's the lazy way to do it is to just nerf the thing that everyone's using. So, that's the thing. You see developers do that because, yeah, the right thing to do is to go in and rebalance all the stuff that no one is using, but the easy thing to do is to just nerf the thing that's effective. a Mnemonic Man resubscribing at tier 1 for a 6th month. Thank you for the 6 months of support, Mnemonic Man, and I appreciate you hanging out with us. Again, you guys do not have to do that. You do not have to support me in that way, but I do appreciate you supporting me, supporting the stream, and of course, supporting this wonderful community full of insanely generous individuals. Thank you guys so much, and thank you once again, Mnemonic Man, for the 6 months of continued support. Show your mechs. Well, I mean, I can show my mechs. Normally people ask me to show my tits, but, you know, it's if you want to see the mechs. So, we got a lot of stuff. You can see we got 35 mechs in cold storage in various states of disrepair. We have Crab Squad. We got a couple of different versions of the Crab. We got a couple of Warhammer 6Rs. We got a King Crab out here that's got 4 AC5s in it. We've got the Hero Treb, got an Atlas that we just got done putting a long time in. We're waiting on that to get installed. We got the Dragon Slayer Victor, got a 4 PPCX Awesome 8Q, just a regular old 6S Zeus, a couple of Battle Masters that we're letting the AI use. So we got a whole bunch of new toys here to play with. Yeah, Trip Friend, that's kind of my thing. The problem that I have with Helldivers 2 is that again, the devs are too focused on meta busting. Like, anytime a weapon is effective, the first thing the developers do is nerf it. And it's like, that's not how to do that. Like, if you want to play a horde game, I need to be able to kill hordes. If every single individual enemy takes me an entire magazine to kill, that's not a horde game, that's just suffering. Can't just say that to a lady, you gotta know her a little bit. Let me see that Atlas. Yeah, I'll show you my Atlas. I mean, how many days are left on the Atlas? We got 57 more days. Honestly, I think we will probably finish this DLC before we actually get a chance to use the Atlas. Have you played Phantom Brigade? No, I haven't. And I was actually, so... Here's my thing with Phantom Brigade. I liked what they were proposing with it initially. When I very first saw Phantom Brigade, and they were basically saying, hey, here's Frozen Synapse, but with giant robots. And I was like, that's really cool. I'm into this. And so I was following the game for years. And then they drank the Epic Games Kool-Aid and said, hey, by the way, we're taking the money, and we're going to have an exclusivity deal with Epic while we're in the early access period. And everybody was like, okay, how long is that going to be? And they didn't have an answer. They just said, well, for however long it is. You know, most games that went over to Epic were only there for a year, and then they would come over to Steam as well. Phantom Brigade, I think, was over there for 2 years before they finally came to Steam. And by that time, the game had completely changed from what was originally proposed. Well, I shouldn't say completely changed, but it had changed significantly from what was originally proposed. And I'm not necessarily saying the game is bad, because I've never played it, so I can't say whether it's a good game or not. But I was not happy with, one, the decision to stiff customers, and for anybody that's going to start screaming and shouting into the void about, oh, why does everybody hate Epic? It's not that I hate Epic. It's that I hate that they tried to buy a monopoly on games. They want to be Steam, but they thought that the way to get there was to buy out companies. The other problem that I have with Epic is that they were essentially asking developers to fuck over their own customers and go back on things that they had already said in order to accept the massive amounts of money that Epic was offering them. And it's not necessarily the developers' fault that they were doing that, because if some company comes to you and says, hey, your game looks popular and a lot of people want to play it, we will give you 3 times your current budget. We'll give you $15 million if you come over here, and I'm just throwing a number out there, but like, we'll give you some outrageous amount of money that you never would get just selling your game on Steam if you come over here and give us exclusivity for a year. Obviously, the developers are going to take that because it gives them more money to work on the game. It gives them more time to work on the game. Like, that's good. that's a good thing, and indie developers getting more money is a good thing. I'm not against that. But the problem is that Epic then expects them to turn around and say, okay, it doesn't matter what you told your customers, it doesn't matter what you sold your customers, it doesn't matter what you've previously promised. Now, as part of this Epic deal, you basically have to burn your bridges with all of your existing customer base so that we can go over here and be exclusive on the Epic Game Store. That's the thing that I don't like, is that essentially Epic was asking these indie devs upon, like, indies live and die by their reputation, right? Like, even if you have a good game, if your company has a bad reputation as an indie developer, you are toast. And Epic was asking indie developers to essentially tank their own reputation by going back on their word in order to make Epic more money. They were essentially asking these indie devs to gamble with their own reputations so that Epic could have exclusivity on titles that they knew everybody wanted to play. And that's, I mean, I'm paraphrasing a lot, but that is my main gripe with Epic and the way that they have tried to do their business. Not a fan of Epic, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I understand that some people are okay with Epic, and again, Epic gives away a lot of stuff for free. I get that. Like, I'm not gonna say that what Epic is doing is wrong, and I'm not the first person to say that, you know, Tim Sweeney arguing that Steam takes too big a cut from developers, like, he's not wrong. But everybody knows the price of doing business on Steam, and everybody knows that Steam is the preferred platform. Tim Sweeney, head of a multi-billion-dollar company with one of the most popular, most profitable games on the fucking planet, and running a company that produces one of the most prolific game engines on the planet, is out here trying to argue in favor of the little guy. It seems a little disingenuous to me that a multi-millionaire CEO of one of the largest game development companies in the world is out here trying to argue that indies are getting a raw deal. It feels like snake oil to me. Like, he's not wrong. The things that he is saying are correct. But the part of me that is rubbed wrong about it is the part that asks, why does he care? And it's not because he gives a shit about indie game. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you look at it objectively, Tim Sweeney doesn't give a shit that indie games and indie developers are getting screwed by Steam's cut. He cares that Steam is getting the cut and not him. That's what it is. And that he won't just come out and say that is part of what has soured my opinion of Epic. That and other things that I won't go into, but that's the major thing. That's the major thing. Like, if you're gonna come out and blow smoke up my ass, that's fine, but don't lie about it. Again, it's the war crimes thing. If you want me to do war crimes, just tell me you want me to do war crimes. Don't come and tell me that I'm doing you some great favor. Same thing with Epic. Don't tell me that you're out here fighting for the rights of indie devs when you don't give a shit about indie devs, you just want money. That's all it is. You want some of Steam's market share. Just say that. Anyway, I do approve of the reference. That's, God, what is that? Is that Star Trek? Is that Babylon 5? Truth is a three-edged sword? I know one of you nerds out there knows the answer. What is that from? I know that quote. Babylon 5. I thought so. I was like, is it Babylon 5 or is it Star Trek? I could never remember. Yeah, that's more nerd cred for you right there. Yes, I have indeed seen Babylon 5. Anyway, enough soapboxing. Let's get back into the game, shall we? Let's continue the Dragon's Gambit. Panic is spreading like wildfire across the Commonwealth, Commander. Concrete intel has been hard to come by recently. There are also conflicting reports that Hans Davian is swallowing the bait. Again, phrasing. In a state of disbelief that we have the numbers to launch such an effective counter-invasion. Word is, he's already gathering forces to dispatch back home, but we cannot be sure. We must carry our work on here. We've dealt the blow to their government and media apparatus, but now we must hit them where it hurts, the Arcturan Arms Complex. It may not be what it once was, but the LCAF still uses it to refurbish their battered mechs. Losing it will be costly for their reinforcement capabilities moving forward. You and the 4th must pierce through the Arcturan guards along the target path. Once you've reached the arms complex, you must destroy each complex wing. Okay, so we're making another parking lot. Sever the Arcturan arms from the LCAF commander. When they do return home, they'll find one of their most prominent facilities reduced to ash. Beware of the mech units currently being repaired. They will be looking to survive at all costs. So what you're telling me is we're going to be picking up a lot of salvage on this mission. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. The Awesome is not going to be ready before mission starts, so we'll have to ditch it. Everything else should be. So what can we put in instead of the Awesome? Will the Highlander be ready in time? It will. What about the King Crab? King Crab will not be ready. What about the Atlas? Is the Atlas going to be ready? No. I really want to play with the Atlas. How about the Dragon Slayer? We haven't taken the Dragon Slayer out personally in a while. I mean, we've used it on a couple of missions already, but I haven't personally been piloting the Dragon Slayer for a while. Get baited, nerds. Wait, we got baited? We got baited? Just because your mind has more X's than Leo DiCaprio doesn't mean writers think that much. That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's pull the commander out of there. And who has got? I guess it's gonna be Erst. All right, let's make it hot, Chad. What? Why, Mechwarrior? I already said proceed, and now you're asking me if I want to proceed again. Whose ass will we be playing with? I'm very confused about that as well.
We must continue to stoke the fires here in Arcturus. Your mission is to prosecute a high-level...
Alright, let me remind myself of the weapon groups here. We got PPC, we got Gauss, we got the medium lasers, we got the SRMs. Got it. Alright, let's roll.
Arms complex the Commonwealth uses to restore their battered mechs.
Do you want to proceed with the proceedings? My favorite is the sign that says, Notice. Thank you for noticing this new notice. Your noticing it will be noted and reported to the authorities.
Detecting Arcturan forces ahead. Engage at will.
And I see you, friend A. Hydration income. Oh my. I'm busy. I'm drinking water. Leave me alone.
Lens target received. Took that one down with a clean headshot.
With that being said, if you guys want to see that sign, because it absolutely does exist, I promise. Somebody ping me in the Discord later and remind me, and I will go looking through my hard drive for that old ass picture of that sign and show it to you guys. I'm pretty sure I still have that picture. Nighty night. Chad, am I getting better at headshots? I feel like I'm getting better at headshots. So we're We're just going in here and burning everything down? Is that the plan?
And destroy all the marked targets.
Oh my.
Leave no Arturan guard standing.
Can I not? Okay, I guess we have to go through the door. Oh, hi, Mark. Did you just punch me, you little son of a bitch? Get full output, you little bastard. Fucking commando just punched me.
Coordinating our attack. Target destroyed.
You gonna punch me too?
Going critical.
Oh, alright. Well, let me back up then. Oh. Alright. Hi, Mark. I guess we already destroyed whatever that other thing was. Come here, you.
Good kill, Commander. That mech is going critical.
Old Soviet sign? No, I mean, the sign is in English anyway. In the picture. Fucking turret cartel. Out here just doing turret cartel things. Excuse you? What was that? Oh, it's an 8Q.
Target ID.
Alright. I see you. Alright, who's left?
Target received.
Another grasshopper. I mean, again, that's another tried and true Steiner design. Steiner do love their grasshoppers.
Destroyed. Excellent. Keep up the momentum.
Was there... Okay, I guess you guys... Get out of the way, you doofus! Alright, let's get in here. Oh. They're throwing some heavier mechs at us this time. No thank you. I gave it the office. No thank you. Ow. Oh, that's why you hurt so much. 'Cause you're a fucking Atlas. I was wondering why you were hitting me so hard. That's what I get for not paying attention. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
That mech is about
Get out of the way. Power down and power back up a few times teaches him a lesson. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What? Is there a power down button in this game? Or is that just Mechwarrior Online that lets you do that? Atlas hole. P button. Alright, well let me kill this target. I'll try it out. P. Oh shit! Alright, so rap with me, chat. Why exactly would I want to do that? Like, it's cool that they have that functionality in the game, but what, like... Is there a purpose that it serves that I'm not aware of?
advancing. Do not let up now. God damn it! They just keep coming.
Yep, that's a thing that's gonna happen. You walk into a war zone, don't be surprised when the enemies keep coming. Are you new to this whole war thing, buddy? You seem confused.
We're on your target, Commander. Nice shot. Focus.
Oh.
Burn that target down. Enemy destroyed. Target area clear.
Ah, let's see. Screw you, turret cartel. Suffer not the turret to live.
Enemy destroyed.
About to lose a leg, too. That's gonna make this even better. Does it break sensor locks? I mean, it might, but does that even matter in Mechwarrior 5? Like, yes, I understand it matters, but at the same time, like, I've never been in a situation where it was like, oh no, I need to break this lock, and actually had enough time to do anything about it before the missiles hit. Like, if I could power down to avoid artillery or something, that would be useful. I mean, you're not wrong, Jerome. I do kind of wish I could get in on that sweet turret money. Like, I wish I had got in on the ground floor. I should have gone into the turret business instead of the merkin business. Clearly, I'm in the wrong line of work. Tribal Typhoon says, finally, take a break. Well, good to see you, Tribal Typhoon. Glad you could get a break. Not sure if you're working or just busy doing other things, but we're always glad to have you. Thanks for coming to join us on a Saturday. And hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Alright, let's see. We got something over here in this building, and then something in this other building. And probably more than a few mechs in here as well, so let's be ready for that. See if any of these commandos are gonna have the balls to try and fisticuffs me again. I think, it's probably in this building. Let's check it out. That is correct. I guessed correctly. Alright, now, I think, was there one target left? Oh, I see. This is a you must destroy all of the things thing, and I was not even paying attention. Man. I'm gonna have to go back and go to all those points that I just came from and blow a bunch of stuff up. That is unfortunate.
Target wing and generators destroyed.
Go into the darkness, please. So is this nav point 3? Which? I'm confused about which nav point is which. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now we're making some progress.
All targets neutralized. All complex wings destroyed.
Tremendous work, Commander. We've
All
gained
right.
a lot of ground.
Yeah, this is what happens when I don't pay attention to what's going on, and I just I get that laser focus on killing the mechs because that's what I'm here to do.
Stall our progress in this counter-invasion.
So what mods are we running? Yeah, mod list. Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't work for you, Sierra. That's weird. Maybe somebody else just ran it? I don't think that's on a timer, though. But yeah, just follow that link to the Twitter machine, Miguel, and that will take you to a post that I put out there that lists all of the mods we're currently running. Oh, and we have now reached mythical status. That's it. That's level 15 reputation. So we are as reputable as we are gonna be. Unfortunately, all of these mechs are way more salvage picks than we actually need, but chat, look at this. I headshotted a Victor, I headshotted the Zeus, I headshotted the Catapult, I headshotted the Warhammer. The Grasshopper is the only thing that we can actually pick up off the field because I cored it out. But I can take any one of those headshotted mechs and basically just put a head back in it, and we get ourselves more salvage. So, like, I kind of want to take Atlas salvage so that we can work on building another Atlas, but also it's really hard to just not take either the Victor or the Atlas. Or, I'm sorry, the Victor or the Zeus. Like, a Zeus is such a good mech. And for 3.5 million, that's actually a really good deal. Because we can get the Zeus for 3.5 million, because we have to pay. Weather turn for the worst. There's a possible chance of tornado, warn storms forming up in my area. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, Typhoon, but if it does, just stay safe. I'm sure you've lived in an area with tornadoes long enough to know what you gotta do. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. I think we take the Zeus, because... So somebody look this up for me. I know you guys have got the Google machine. Somebody look this up for me and tell me, what is the MSRP on a Zeus 6S? Because I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 9 to 12 million C-bills, if I remember right. So if we could pick one up for 3.5 million, that's a damn good deal. Even if I gotta spend $1 million putting it back together, we're still getting it for less than half of what it would cost to buy one new. $7.6. Yeah, I mean, still, we're still getting it for half the price. And the 6S is good because it's got easy to maintain, which means it costs us less money to repair it. Like, the Zeus is a good linebacker mech. There's a reason that Steiner loves using these damn things. I'm gonna do it. We got a lot of money, so we still got 91 million, and that's even after spending that money. Let me get back into the mech bay. Let's go ahead and, as you do, repair up the mechs. All of these probably will not be ready to go by the time the next mission comes around, so we'll have to swap out to some other mechs. And this Zeus is running roughly the same loadout. Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll just leave it like it is. We'll go ahead and repair it. All we gotta do is fix the head. And we'll have another Zeus. You'll love to see it. Let's see. This Victor is in okay shape, but I think what I'm gonna do with it is we're just gonna strip out the useful parts and sell it. So I'm gonna take the small pulse lasers, I'm gonna take the AC-20 ammo, I'll take the SRM Inferno, and we'll just strip it and sell it. This is true, Cybersmith. The 6S is a very old design, but you know, it's a venerable one. It does the job. It is a very good and reliable mech. So for those that don't know, you've got the Zeus quirk, which is easy to maintain. 20%, minus 20% armor repair cost and time, minus 20% structure repair cost and time, minus 20% weapon refit cost and time. So, like, the Zeus is great for us in these types of extended engagements, because you can fix them faster and cheaper, even when you're in a conflict zone, and if you need to swap out weapons on them, you can do that a lot faster as well. But in the meantime, let's have a look at this next mission briefing. There's light at the end of the tunnel, Commander. The fall of the Arcturan Arms Complex has sent shockwaves through the Commonwealth. Back-channel whispers of the Commonwealth High Command discussing sending forces back to defend their embattled worlds. But we still have work ahead of us. Strategic military targets remain here in Arcturus, namely an LCAF airfield and communications tower. We must bring them both down. Again, looks like we're making more parking lots. It will not be easy. Swarms of Arcturan guards and militia units have come out of hiding and looking to defend these at all costs. Omari has already dispatched 4th ARCAB units into the target area. Drop down and surge through, Commander. Phrasing. While the 4th are engaged in battle, bring those targets down. Good luck. Don't need luck, just need bullets. And we're up to 9 picks now? Look at that. Love to see it. Sadly, the Dragon Slayer is not going to be ready in time, but everything else should be. What about the Atlas? Is the Atlas going to be ready in time? The Atlas is not going to be ready in time. Son of a bitch. The Highlander's ready. We get a 400-ton limit on this, by the way. We just don't have that much tonnage that's actually up and walking that we can take out onto the field. Break's over. Well, alright, Typhoon. It was still good to see you all the same, even if the break was short. I wish you the best of luck, and again, hopefully you'll have an outstanding rest of your weekend. But yeah, let's take the Highlander out, the Royal Highlander. Let's see, who's gonna have the best affinity for that? I don't think we have anybody that really has an affinity for the Royal Highlander. So with that being the case, who's got the lowest skill? Maybe we take Aetherin. It's either Aetherin or Sage Raven. Let's take Sage Raven. Everything else will be fixed up in time, which is good. That's what we want. And, yeah. Let's make it hot. Working for the worms. You're not wrong, General Quarters, but hey, you know what? I put it to a vote last stream, and the people were speaking loudly that they wanted to see Dragon's Gambit, so that's what we're doing. We've been making some good loot off of it, by the way. So it hasn't been all bad. We've been getting some good mechs, some good salvage. We even got up over 100 million C-bills at one point, and we're sitting at like 90-something million right now, so it has been a profitable endeavor, regardless of ideological convictions.
Destroying these vital resources will deal another serious blow and leave Arcturus in worse shape than we found it.
Let me do this. There we go. I want the slugs, please.
Your primary focus is hitting those targets, but you need to wipe out all enemy contacts while you're at it.
Holy shit, they're all over us!
My dude. My dude.
We're under heavy fire!
Stop freaking out. It's okay.
We're on it, Commander.
We're kind of taking hits here. We're taking hits.
Targets destroyed.
We are taking hits.
Commander, that mech is going critical. Shared targets identified.
Fuck you, buddy. That's what I think of you and your autocannons, ill bastard.
Target destroyed.
Stop it. Good lord.
Focus engagement on these targets.
They just keep sending more.
Yep, that's a thing. That is a thing that's gonna happen.
Fire on target.
Please take out the tank. Now please take out the grasshopper. Aw, damn it. Was trying to hit him in the head. Didn't work out.
Good kill, Commander. That mech is about to go critical.
Outstanding. You love to hear it. Now who's next? Now that we've managed to claw our way out of that kill zone. Another Zeus. I do be liking me some Zeus. Nighty night.
Nice shot. Focus.
Hey buddy. Hey buddy.
Sending more.
Hey buddy. I'm right behind you. Turn around! Turn around! Where are you going? I just want to talk. I mean, I talk with my bullets, but I talk.
You're closing in on the Arturian comms tower. Lay fire.
Why are you always hiding from me? I've been told that I'm very charming by my mother. Why don't you believe my ma?
More Arturian guards coming in.
If you get underneath me, you're gonna get... Yep, I told you.
Converting forces on your position, Commander. You've got a small window to hit the target without getting ambushed.
Is it an ambush if we know it's coming, Rihanna? I feel like maybe you're confused about what the meaning of the word ambush is. Also, I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing. I'm getting the focus on the wrong thing. I need to be over here destroying the objective. Not getting bogged down killing mechs. 'Cause you know how I am, Chad. You know that I love to kill mechs. I'm a shooter. I like to shoot.
Arturian guard has set down. More fight coming our way.
Let me actually get out here and do the thing that they sent us out here to do. The Kestrel Lancers with a choice between CCAF or FC would have been a logical choice. Different systems, though. Yeah, that's true. Oh my. Okay, well I'm just gonna let them do their thing over there. I'm gonna come over here and try and destroy this now. And then I'll worry about it after. We'll worry about killing everything after I've leveled this airfield. Because all the enemies are way over there,
The
not over
Arturian
here.
airbase is up ahead, Commander. Keep moving and destroy it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. What's the ring around the minimap? That is the Beagle probe that we have in this Highlander. One of my big complaints about this particular iteration of Mechwarrior is the sensors are shit. And as a direct result of that, like, you will see enemies just sort of pop in and out on the sensors over and over and over and over, and it makes it really hard for me to send my own people after a target, because if I can't lock onto it, I can't send my people after it, even if I know they're there. So I put in a probe to increase my sensor range and my sensor acuity, so that I don't have to spend so much time walking around in circles looking for turrets and vehicles and other enemies that should be clearly visible. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how the sensors work either, if I'm being honest. I think they are not nearly as effective as they should be. Okay. Alright, so now we have to go through the engagement to get to the comms tower.
Won't have much fight left to bring back home.
Sending in more Legion support units.
Yeah, that's the other problem is, you know, Rihanna knows exactly where they are, and I'm like, hey, Rihanna, you want to give me, like, a cardinal direction? And she's like, more enemies incoming. Yeah, no, I got that, Rihanna. From where? More enemies, they're coming in. Look out! Like yeah, I know that, Rihanna. Where? Give me direction on a compass. Where are they at? Where are they coming from? You're gonna find it very difficult to do your job as a missile boat when you have no missiles. But I applaud your bravery all the same. Hey, turn around. Turn around so I can shoot you in the face. There we go. No, look at me. God damn it. Well, now you're gonna blow up. Ammo explosion? Yep. I thought so. New target, rifleman. Suck it, nerd. What do we got? Another Zeus? A 6T. Oh my. Well, that hurt a little bit.
Thanks for keeping my men safe, Commander. We have hit our targets and caused massive headaches for the Alliance. This counter-invasion may
Finally get to do this here. Good morning from the Down Underverse. Madiak says Yonaris Dracus. So Down Underverse, I'm going to assume, means that you're in Australia, which makes it officially Sunday for you. But welcome to the stream, Janaris, and hopefully you're having an outstanding weekend, even if it is mostly over for you at this point. Well, we're glad to have you. I'm assuming you're coming over from the YouTube archive lands, in which case, welcome to a live stream. Suggest playing with the UAVs, no more censorship. Yeah, I haven't actually used the UAVs. Maybe I should. We got another Zeus. This is a 6T. I don't think I'm going to take that, though. Well, you know, I might take it just for the money. And then let's see what we got in the rest of the equipment. Sadly, no Atlases on this mission, so I'm not going to be able to get any Atlas salvage, which is kind of disappointing. But that's okay. That is okay. We'll take some Frank's Red Hot instead. And again, we can just upgrade those into better versions of themselves. And let's see. No armor breaches, no injuries. Went about as well as it could. You love to see it. UAV is really good. I give one to every mech. Just for the money is a really good excuse. Just I have 9 a.m. Sunday. Got work today all the same. But at least that means double overtime. Man. What's it like? Tell me, Janaris. Tell me a little bit about what it's like living in a country where employees actually have rights and are treated as indentured servants. What is that like? I mean, I live in America. And specifically, I live in Texas, which is often joked as being America's sweatshop. So, like, I'm just curious. What is it like to have workers' rights? What is it like to have, you know, guaranteed overtime and a set number of hours a week and not have employers that are just out to, you know, exploit you and run you into the ground and then replace you? And I always wondered what that would be like. And correct, Elijah. More Atlas is better than less Atlas. Our actions have had the desired effect, Commander. Arcturus has been thrust into chaos. Again, phrasing, dude. What is it with you and the sex puns? I've just received word that the FedCom High Command is in disarray. Saramat and the ISF have confirmed the bulk of Arcturian forces are being called back to defend their home planet. Now that our counter-invasion into the Commonwealth has proven effective, I await orders for our next move. As a reward for your continuing efforts, I'm providing you with combat bonuses. As long as it's money and mechs. Make sure you refit and rest up. I need you ready for the next deployment. So it looks like we're getting a Charger. This is probably a unique version of the Charger as well. You love to see it. Let's have a look. Well, first of all, we gotta fix up the mechs. I'm sorry, Serini, are you suggesting that getting a charger, and not only a charger, but a unique charger with fucking samurai shit on the head is somehow not an appropriate reward? Is that what you're trying to suggest? Because if so, you can get the fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, it's got gold on it and everything. How is this not the best thing we've gotten in the last couple of missions? I mean, it's still going in cold storage, but look at this. This thing is great. Into cold storage you go. Dual citizen, Australian, US, so I have family over here. As for the work thing, I'm probably the most exploited category of employee, casual roster. We do get bonus pay for being casual, though I'm on $30 an hour. Well, I'm not sure how that compares to the US. The thing that I always remind people of is, like, in the US, the federal minimum wage has gone up $5 an hour in the last 50 years. Like in 1970, the federal minimum wage was like $5 and something an hour, $4 and something an hour. Today, the federal minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 an hour. If you can find me somebody who can survive on $7.25 an hour, I will find you someone who's a drug dealer on the side. Because you cannot survive on that amount of money. But even though the federal minimum wage has only gone up by about $3 an hour in, 50 years, the cost of living has tripled, quadrupled, quintupled in some places. I mean, 50 years ago, you could buy a 4-bedroom house in Southern California for $70,000. Now that same house is worth $5 million. You could buy a brand new, 67 Chevy muscle car for about 10 grand. Now you go out and buy a brand new economy sedan and it costs you $25,000. The cost of everything has more than doubled in the time since then. And the thing is, like, even though the federal minimum wage has gone up to $7.25 since the 70s, the federal minimum wage hasn't actually been increased in almost 20 years. Like, the last time they increased the minimum wage in the United States was in, like, 2007, when they bumped it up to $7.25. It has not gone up since. Now, most places don't offer minimum wage, but you couldn't survive on double minimum wage. Like, and I've said this before, where I live, you have to be making like $16, $17, $18 an hour to survive. That's just living paycheck to paycheck. That's not even, having money to put aside or save for retirement or, to do anything with. That's just ramen noodles and ham sandwiches, living paycheck to paycheck at $16 an hour. So, we're getting the cost of living pledges here too, also paying $280 a week to rent a single bedroom apartment. So, to give you a comparison, Janaras, and for those of you that are not living in the United States, I am currently in a 1-bedroom apartment in a shitty building that is twice as old as I am. It is falling apart in slow motion. I am paying $1,200 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. That's it. Like, it's $1,000 for an efficiency. So if you don't know what an efficiency is, it's like a studio apartment where it's just one open space, but you have to share the bathroom and the kitchen with the unit next door. That is $1,000 a month in the United States. It's insane. It is insane. But I'm not going to talk about that. I bitched about that at length. That's not why we're here. We're here to stomp some robots. So let's see. I grabbed this Zeus, but I was grabbing it with the intention of selling it, so we'll go ahead and sell it. We've already got the repairs underway for those mechs. We are trying to fix this one up. We are stripping this one down, if I remember right. So yeah, let's get into whatever comes next. So we are departing. We're finally heading back to reinforce the home front, Commander. You and the 4th Arcab will head to Troak Prime. We've been stationed there before Theodore Curita triggered the counter-invasion. We were loath to leave it undefended. It's time we take it back. Conduct a damage assessment, then move to the jump point, Commander. Be prepared to ship out to Trulock Prime at any moment. We need all hands on deck to liberate the citizens of the Combine. 76 days. You know what that means, Chet. You know what that means. By the time we get where we're going, the Atlas should be ready.